The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Good morning, afternoon, evening. My name is Ron Juggett. Welcome to the program for the 7th day of February 2025. How about that? We've reached May in our replay. We're playing the games of May 2nd, 1956, the first full month of the season. Makes it sound like we've actually had some progress here in the third week of our replay. So we will do 3 streams next week. And so today, as I completely forgot where I was going with this, potentially a big one today in Cincinnati. Remember, in real life, the Dodgers and the Reds, or the Redlegs, finished within 2 games of each other and were a big part of that National League run along with the Braves to go to the World Series. The Braves, of course, the real-life champions in 57 and 58. As the cat is screaming at the door. So the Dodgers kind of need this one. They're off to a good start, 7-3 on the year. The Redlegs are 5-5. They've not played as well as they should have. Ted Kluszewski is not in the lineup today. How you doing, Tim? But the Dodgers are in full throat, and the weather, I think, is relatively nice, especially now that we're into, May. And so relax on this Friday on Super Bowl weekend and get ready. It's the Dodgers and the Redlegs next. As Retro Sports Network presents Major League Replay 1956. Today from Crossley Field in Cincinnati, Ohio, it is the Cincinnati Redlegs and the Brooklyn Dodgers. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. It is a nice day, 65 degrees, the sun is shining. At night, there'll be Roger Craig, the father of the split finger, going for the Dodgers, and Brooks Lawrence going for the Reds. Lawrence is 2-0 on the year with an earned run average of 1. He has gone the distance in both of his starts. 31 years old. Brooks throws a fastball at 84 and is a standard pitcher. Both of his starts have come against the Cubs. The last one, I believe, here at home. 9 innings and a 7-1 win. 100 pitches, 4 hits, a solo home run, and a strikeout. So for Lawrence on the young year, his ERA is second in the National League, and his 2 wins is good enough for 7th. 18 innings, 10 hits, 2 runs, both earned a homer. He has walked 1 and struck out 5. And so the Dodgers and Reds in the poll. Tell me who you think's going to win. Here's how the Dodgers will line up for you. Jim Gilliam in left will lead it off. Pee Wee Reese at short will bat second. The Duke of Flatbush in center field, Snyder, will bat third. Roy Campanella cleans up behind the plate. Gil Hodges at first will bat fifth. Jackie Robinson at third goes sixth. Carl Furillo in right will bat seventh. Charlie Neal at second goes eighth. And Craig on the mound batting ninth. Lawrence can get you 140 pitches. He can go a long time. Frank Robinson is in left field. He is a 9 and a 5 out there. That's a Dolly Parton number. Gus Bell, who had the walk-off homer the last time we had the Reds on, a 6 and a 6 in center. Wally Post is a 5 and a 7 in right. Ray Jablonski is a 5 at third. Roy McMillan is a 10 and a 10 at short. That's just gold, Jerry. Just gold. Johnny Temple, an 8 and a 9 at second. And again, it's not Ted Kluszewski at first. He must have been hurt in the beginning part of the year. It's George Crow, who is a 3. Ed Bailey behind the plate. He's a 7 and a 6. And Lawrence is an 8 on the mound with a 971 fielding percentage. So again, it is a gorgeous night here in Cincinnati, 65 degrees, and the wind is blowing out to right center at 16, which Gilliam, who does have some power, can take advantage of. 267, a home run, and 6 RBI. And this one starts with a ground ball ripped up the middle for a base hit. So the Dodgers are 8 and 4. This is game number 13 for them. The Redlegs are 5-7, and this is game 13 for them. Here's Pee Wee Reese at 220, a double and 5 RBI. Lawrence deals, struck him out. 2-2 fastball, swung on and missed. 1 out for Duke Snider. Duke hitting .362. Has hit 6 home runs and 12 RBI. That is a white-hot start for sure. Snider, there is a ground ball right side. That's going to be a base hit. Gilliam holds at second. Snider rounded first, but saw that Junior wasn't going anywhere. And so it's first and second for Campanella. Roy hitting .208, a home run, and 8 RBI. Dodgers, remember they play 22 apiece against everybody else, so the 22 against Milwaukee and the 22 against Cincinnati are going to mean more because it is their closest competition. Pitch to Campanella, line drive to McMillan, and everybody gets back. 2 out for Hodges. Gill hitting Pie at .314, 2 homers and 6 RBI. Again, the heart of this Dodger order, 2 through 6, are all Hall of Famers. Hodges in the left center, Bell running a long way and will make the catch to retire the side. That was hit high and far, but playable. After half an inning, Dodgers 2 hits and leave on 2, but they do not score. Dodgers nothing. Here come the Reds. Roger Craig, making his 3rd start of the year, is 26 years old. He throws a fastball around 88 and is a fly ball pitcher. He is 1-0 on the year. He threw a 2-hit shutout against the Pirates his last time out in Pittsburgh on April 27th, so 5 days ago, on 106 pitches and struck out 6. I'm doing good, Triple G. How are you? So Craig on the season, 17 innings, 13 hits. Both of the runs came in a loss at home to Pittsburgh. He has walked 2 and struck out 11. The Reds lineup. Johnny Temple leads off at second base. Frank Robinson will bat second in left field. Gus Bell in center will go third. Ray Jablonski at third will clean up. George Crowe at first will bat fifth. Wally Post in right will go sixth. He had 36 homers and is in the 6th hole. Ed Bailey comes home. He'll be behind the plate, batting 7th. Roy McMillan at short goes 8th, and Brooks Lawrence, not a bad hitting pitcher, will bat 9th, and Craig can give you 130 pitches. For the Dodgers, Jim Gilliam is a 6 and a 6 in left. Duke Snider an 8 and a 7 in center, and the underrated Carl Furillo is a 6 and a 10 in right. The infield, Jackie Robinson is a 7 at third. Pee Wee Reese an 8 and a 7 at short. Pee Wee and Jackie are 38 and 37 respectively. Charlie Neal is a 5 and a 5 at second, and Gil Hodges is a 10 at first. Campanella a 10 and a 10 behind the plate, and Craig at 26 is a 6 on the mound with a 1,000 fielding percentage. Johnny Temple stepping in at 245, a home run and 2 RBI. Craig deals, and that's popped up left side. Gilliam, the left fielder, 1 out. Frank Robinson hitting .255, 4 home runs, and 9 RBI. Again, no Klazuski in the lineup. If Brad was here, he would tell me probably why. It's the second time we've had the Reds on, or the Redlegs on, and Klazuski didn't play. Pitch to Robbie. That's up the middle. Pee Wee has it, and he's going to eat that. So Robinson hit that one off the mound, and by the time that Pee Wee corralled it, Robinson, who has very good speed on the bases, was pretty much all the way there. So Pee Wee was smart, didn't make a throw. Brings up Gus Bell, hitting .286, already has 5 home runs, and has driven in 15. That is into right. Back goes Furillo, but Carl will be there, and Robinson goes back to first. So 2 out for Jablonski. Ray hitting 200, 2 homers, and 8 RBI. So what are your guys' plans for Sunday? Pitch to Jablonski. That is hitting the center field. Snyder will make the catch. In fact, he slides and makes the catch, and that's already his 3rd great play out there in center field this year. No runs for Cincinnati, a hit and no errors. And after 1, no score. So Robinson, Ferrillo, and Neal to face Lawrence here in the 2nd. Jackie hitting .302, a home run, and 3 RBI. And that is in the left. Robinson going way back there. And that is off the wall. So Robinson into 2nd. His first double of the year is a standing double. That hit off a funny angle there off the wall. And Robinson had to go chase it down. So Jackie gets the double as Frank tried to make the play. Here's Ferrillo hitting .405, 2 homers and 10 RBI. Tim is only watching the game to see if the Chiefs can pull an NFL first. Antonio Gates already pulled an NFL first last night, becoming the first Hall of Famer not to play it down a college ball. Really? I didn't know that. I thought it might have been a kicker or something like that who came over from Europe. So what are the Chiefs trying to do? No team has won 3 straight Super Bowls. The Packers, of course, won 3 straight NFL championships. Pitch to Ferrillo. There's a ground ball to Crow and taken to the bag, and Carl is retired. So 1 out. Robinson on 3rd for Charlie Neal, hitting .298, a home run, and 4 RBI. Struck him out. Lawrence got him to chase an 0-2 off-speed pitch. So 2 out for Roger Craig, who is not much of a hitter. He is on the real season. He went 1 for 61, which in the terms of Dana Carvey is bad, very bad. On the replay, he has struck out 4 times in 5 at-bats. How you doing, Captain Carl? Antonio Gates was a power forward for Kent State basketball. That went to the Elite 8 in 2002. I could see where that tight end and power forward would have the same physique. Pitch to Craig, popped up. Bailey to the screen. He should have room. He does. In fact, he made a pretty good play. Kind of blew back at him, so he got the ball, and that will eventually retire the side. No runs. Dodgers have 3 hits and have left on 3. They have left on 1 hit in the inning. After an inning and a half, no score. George Crow hitting .091, a home run and 2 RBI. That is in the right. Ferrillo, well hit and gone. Well, that's how you break out of a slump in a hurry, huh? His 2nd home run of the year. The wind pushed it down, but it was gone, and the Redlegs go up 1-0. As Mel Allen would say, that was going, gone. Ferrillo chased, started to climb the hill, and ran out of real estate. So 1-0 Cincinnati. Here's Wally Post hitting 200, 2 homers, and 3 RBI. Carl will be shoveling snow in the morning, but might watch some of the game that night. Oh, yeah, we're supposed to get hit with another snowstorm here in New England. Pitch to Post. There's a line drive to Robinson. Jackie's there, 1 out for Ed Bailey, hitting .435, 2 homers, and 4 RBI. We did the pre-play last night using Mike and the Truck's Family Football Plus, and the Eagles clobbered them, 35-17. Pitch to Ed. That's in the right. Ferrillo. Again, the wind pushing that back, but Carl is there, 2 out. For Roy McMillan, hitting .154, no homers, and an RBI. Not that you should take my advice for legal purposes, but I did put a $5 on the Eagles. That was the only bet I made for the game. Pitch to McMillan. Popped up. Campanella will make the catch in foul territory, and that will do. The solo home run from George Crowe, however, the lone hit. And no error as we go to the third here in Cincinnati. It is the Redlegs 1, the Dodgers nothing. Yeah, I think, Triple G, least anticipated Super Bowl. It'll be on. I might listen to it. And yep, Tim is getting close to the line in his 72 Gaylord Perry project. Jim Gilliam singled his first time up, opening 9 for Lawrence, 39 pitches, 2 innings, 3 hits and 2 strikeouts. And that's a ground ball to Jablonski, almost at short. He'll throw to first. It goes on the card, 5-3. Here is Pee Wee Reese. He struck out his first time up. Lawrence deals, struck him out. A 1-2 off-speed pitch inside, and Pee Wee looked. So here's Duke Snyder. Snyder singled his first time up. And this time he draws the walk. You know, the thing about Snyder, as Roy Campanella is 0 for 1, Willie Mays became, I think, a bigger star once the Giants moved out to San Francisco. And Mickey Mantle had a whole generation of kids that he was their idol for. But once the Dodgers moved to Los Angeles, Snyder's star fell pretty fast. Some of it was because of aging. And that's too bad because he was all that in a bag of chips. Slowly but surely, Timmy says, I got to make pieces of paper for the next start against the Red Sox. Dan McLaughlin goes for Boston against Gaylord Perry and the Indians. Pitch to Campanella is a slow ground ball to McMillan. He will go to first to get Campy, and Roy is out on the bang-banger, and that'll do. No runs, no hits, no errors. Dodgers have left on 4. Bottom of the third coming up. Cincinnati 1, Brooklyn nothing. Triple G, what's your APA sport of choice? Brooks Lawrence has had a pretty good start to the year at the plate. 3 for 7, 2 runs scored, and 3 strikeouts. Craig starts the third, right back to Roger, over to first, and Lawrence is retired, 1 away. Opening 9 for Craig, 28 pitches, 2 1/3, 2 hits. The home run to Crowe was a solo shot. He hadn't walked anybody or struck anybody out. And Johnny Temple is 0 for 1. Right up the box, Pee Wee behind the bag has to hurry, and Temple beat it out on a bang-banger. So that's the third hit for Cincinnati. And that'll bring up Frank Robinson, who singled his last time up. 1 for 1 today. Third hit for the Redlegs. How you doing, David? Throw to first and Temple. Did they pick him off? I think they picked him off. Nope. There was some deliberate decision-making there whether he got back. But Johnny did. So now Robinson digs in. Pitch from Craig. Struck him out. First for Jolly Roger. An 0-2 splitter. Swung on and missed, 2 out. For Gus Bell, who's 0 for 1. Like most of them, baseball, football, hockey, and golf even had the saddle racing game. Okay. So 1 on, 2 out. 1-0 Cincinnati here. Bottom of the third. Fly ball, right center. Snyder will make the catch, and that will do. Reds get a hit, leave on a runner. We go to the fourth. 1-0 Cincinnati. So Hodges, Robinson, and Ferrillo to face Lawrence here in the fourth. Snyder, if you don't remember or did not know, spent a long time as a broadcaster for the Montreal Expos, and I think did some instructions too along the way. And so when I got my first shortwave radio back in the early 80s, we could pick up CFCF out of Montreal in the daytime. And so it was Dave Van Horn and Duke Snyder calling the games on the radio in English. So it wasn't like Snyder wasn't busy, but compared to Maris and Mantle, he never got his due. Pitch to Hodges, and Gill draws the walk, so the Brooklyn puts on the leadoff runner. For Jackie Robinson, who doubled. Stand-up double off the wall and left his first time up. That is in the left center. Robinson trying to chase Robinson down, and that ball is gone. He put that to the right of the scoreboard out there in left center, and Jackie Robinson has a 2-run shot. It's his second of the year, and the Dodgers go on top 2-1. So Robinson has Lawrence's number in this one. Put that one pretty much by the flagpole, between the scoreboard and the flagpole out there. And the Dodgers take a 2-1 lead. How you doing, Mike in the truck? So here's Carl Furillo. Carl's 0 for 1. Struck him out. That's 4 for Lawrence. 2-2. Off-speed pitch, got him looking. 1 out for Charlie Neal, who struck out his first time up. Line or ground ball to short. McMillan over to Crow for the out. So 2 out for Roger Craig. No relation to Jenny. 0 for 1 today. Lawrence lines and deals, and Craig the up to right field. Wally Post is there, and that will take care of. On a sliding catch by Wally Post. How about that? That'll take care of the Dodgers. Jackie Robinson hits a 2-run homer. 1 hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Dodgers 2, Redlegs 1. So here are the standings. Milwaukee remains in first at 7-1. The Dodgers are 8-4. St. Louis is 6-4. 2 back. The Giants 3 back at 6-6, and then it's the field. The American League, Boston is in first at 7-3. Kansas City 6-4, 1 back. Then Cleveland, and how about this for disparity in games played? Washington is 8-6. They've played 14 games as we play the games of May 2nd, 1956. The White Sox have only played 7. In the same league. They're technically in last place. How you doing, Andrew? So it'll be Jablonski, Crow, and Post to face Craig here in the 4th. Ray is 0 for 1. That is up the middle. Snyder will play it on a hard hop, and Jablonski will hold with a single. 4th hit for both teams. Here's George Crow. He homered to right his first time up in the 2nd. That is into right again, but very playable. Furillo coming in will make the catch, and Jablonski goes back to first. For Wally Post, who's 0 for 1. That's into right center. Snyder, and that ball is gone. That is to the right of that sign out there in right center field. So Wally gives the Redlegs a 3-2 lead. His 3rd of the year. That didn't go over by very much. But it doesn't matter how far it goes over. It just has to go over. Goes the opposite way by the light standard. And the Redlegs take a 3-2 lead. Mr. Rail Fan just started the 63 season. That was the year you were born. Okay. That's a favorite of D. Scott Howard's, too. I wonder why. And Bailey's 0 for 1. Craig deals. Popped up. Campanella, third base side, makes the catch. 2 out. For Roy McMillan, who's 0 for 1. So the ball flying out across the field. That's the 3rd home run today hit in this ball game. Into right center, back goes Snyder. Oh, he tracked it down. Looked good off the bat. Kind of ran out of fuel. After 4, the 2-run homer by Wally Post on 2 hits and no errors, and Cincinnati goes up by the score of 3-2. So Lawrence, 3rd time through the lineup for the Redlegs. Gilliam, Reese, and Snyder. Junior 1 for 2 with a single. Lawrence, 81 pitches through 4. That's a lot. 4 innings, 4 hits. The home run was Jackie Robinson. 2 walks and 4 strikeouts. In the right center, Bell coming in, 1 out. For Pee Wee Reese, who has struck out twice today, he is 0 for 2. That is in the right center. Wally Post will cut it off, and Pee Wee has himself a single. So both teams now have 5 hits. Here's Snyder. Duke, 1 for singled and walked. So 1 for 1. To third base side and hooking foul. Somebody from Dayton made that catch, and it's 2-2. That is a ground ball to Crow. He'll go to McMillan for 1. Back to Crow, and it is a 3-6-3 double play. So halfway home on a windy, and I mean a windy day in Burlington, Vermont, Redlegs 2, or Redlegs 3 rather, Dodgers 2. Yeah, windy all over the state, Andrew, for sure. If you joined us late, here's how we got here. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Cincinnati. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Brooklyn. And all the runs have come off of homers, which is rare for the era. George Crow, a solo shot to right in the second to make it 1-0 Cincinnati. That's his second of the year. Jackie Robinson put one between the scoreboard and the light standard in left center in the fourth. A 2-run shot to make it 2-1, but that lead was short-lived as Wally Post put one in the right field, his third of the year, a 2-run shot to make it 3-2 Cincinnati. And Jackie Robinson is 2 for 2 today with a homer and a double. Roger Craig opening 4 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned, the 2 homers and a strikeout. Brooks Lawrence, 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned, the homer from Jackie Robinson, 2 walks and 4 strikeouts. How you doing, John? So it will be Lawrence, Temple, and Robinson here in the 5th. Brooks is 0 for 1. Struck him out. Craig got him on a 2-2 curve. Beautiful day in the Adirondacks. Sun is out. Super windy. 18 warm degrees in hot Sarah. Feeling as bad as... Oh, no. I feel better than I sound. But I know that you and your family was sick. What did I tell you about doorknobs? You're not supposed to be licking those, John. John stocking up on the Yingling for Sunday? What out? Johnny Temple, 1 for 2 with a single. 50 degrees in Nashville. Craig, 64 pitches, 18 batters, 4 1/3, 5 hits, the home runs to Crow in Post, and he has struck out 2. Pitch to Temple. There is a ground ball to Jackie Robinson. Throws to Hodges for the out. 1 away. Or 2 away, because I'm paying attention. Frank Robinson is 1 for 2. He has singled and struck out. That'll be part of your Saturday shopping. John, I'm blaming you if my bet Sunday doesn't hit. Pitch to Robinson. That is in the center field and in front of Duke Snyder. So Robinson, a loud single. 6th hit for the Redlegs. And the second for Robinson today. Here's Gus Bell. He's 0 for 2. 75 and sunny in St. Pete, but we don't recognize that, Jamie. Got away from Campanella on the wild pitch. So Craig tried a splitter in the dirt, and it got away from everybody, and Robinson moves into scoring position. A 2-ball count to Gus Bell. There's a fly ball right center. Snyder will make the catch, and that'll do. No runs, a hit, no errors. Cincinnati's left on 3, and after 5, they lead Brooklyn 3-2. So Campanella, Hodges, and Robinson to face Lawrence here in the 6th. Sunday, although it's not as big as my wedding anniversary, will be the 29th year that Sarah and I have been together. And how will we celebrate? Watching TV in different rooms. Campy's 0 for 2. Struck him out. So Lawrence has fanned 5. A 1-2 breaking ball got him looking. Thank you. 24 degrees in Triple G land. And one of the few days when the wind is not blowing. Oh man, it's blowing hard here. Blowing that snow that we got yesterday all over the place. Thank you. 2 to 4 inches of snow on the way. My sisters, we were supposed to do our family get-together tomorrow, but we're not sure on the onset timing of the snow. We don't need anyone driving in it. I think they're supposed to get 4 to 8 in southern Vermont. About what Andrew was going to get to in his part of New Hampshire. Gil Hodges has walked and scored. He's 0 for 1. There's a fly ball, left center field. Robinson, and that ball's gone. That one hit the scoreboard out there in left center, and this game is tied at 3. So for Hodges, that's his 3rd of the year. Been a pretty good ball game. Lawrence just left way too much of the plate there. Triple G lives out in Oklahoma. Oklahoma, where the wind blows slowly down the plain. Or the wind always blows out here on the prairie. Does Garrison Keeler help with that? Jackie Robinson has homered and doubled today. He's 2 for 2. With an RBI, 2 RBI, and a run scored. So the Dodgers just tied this puppy up at 3. Southwest Minnesota. So that's out by where there would be a little house, right? They're about to reboot that for Netflix. Little House on the Prairie. Pitch to Robinson. There's a ground ball to third. Jablonski over to Crow for the out. 4 inches of snow for... That's about what they're looking for my family in Rutland, yeah. Carl Furillo is 0 for 2 with the strikeout. 2 out here in the 6th in a 3-3 tie. There's a ground ball to third. Jablonski has to make a long throw. Furillo huffing and puffing, and they got him. So out on a bang-banger. Another home run, this time by Gil Hodges. The lone hit, and after 5.5 here at Crossley Field, it's the Dodgers 3, Cincinnati 3. Seriously, you do live in Walnut Grove, Minnesota? Wow. And the ghost of Mrs. Olson listens to your phone calls. It'll be Jablonski, Crow, and Post here in the 6th. Ray 1 for 2 with a run scored. That is crazy. 4 to 8 for Bobby down in Rhode Island. And a little more southern than they thought it was going to be. Pitch to Jablonski. Struck him out. He chased one on a full count. That's 3 for Craig. Here's George Crow. He is homered. That came in the 2nd. 1 for 2. So Triple G Sports is sitting at a desk in his office in downtown Walnut Grove as we speak. The Olson Mercantile Building, right? I bet you get sick of that. Pitch to Crow. That's in the left center. Back goes Steiner and Gilliam, and that will be off the wall. Snyder, they're trying for 3, and Crow's in there with a triple. Snyder with a good throw to second, and Crow just didn't stop. So Snyder threw it to Pee Wee Reese instead of trying to prevent it, and Reese with a decent throw to Robinson, but Crow was already in there. So a 1-out triple for Wally Post, who homered in the 4th. His last time up, 1 for 2. He's now driven in 5 on the year on his 3rd home run. Popped up. Robinson on the dirt will make the catch, and Crow can't go anywhere. 2 out. So in 2040, I'm being told, you can reuse the 1956 calendar. So don't throw it out yet. I wasn't planning to. So here's Ed Bailey. Ed is 0 for 2. Crow on third, 2 out. And Craig walked him. For Roy McMillan, who is 0 for 2. We'll let Lawrence bat, who's going to not get a complete game here. He's worked hard in the 6 innings. So Crow on third, Bailey on first. Craig deals. There's a ground ball to Reese. Pee-wee goes to Neal at second for the easy out, and that'll do. Redlegs get a hit. They leave on 2, and after 6, it's Brooklyn 3, Cincinnati 3. So Neal, Craig, and Gilliam might be the last inning for Lawrence. So, whatever year the Super Bowl was in the Meadowlands, the wife and I, certainly not our anniversary, because the Super Bowl has moved over the years, sitting there at the Irish pub, eating a mediocre meal, getting ready to watch Peyton Manning blow a Super Bowl. And there's this young couple there. Might have been their first or second date. And a TV, of course, is on the Super Bowl, and the audio at the place is on for the Super Bowl. And the poor kid that's on the male that's on the date, pitch to Neal, is up the middle for a base hit. Charlie has a single, so now 3 runs, 7 hits for both teams. Redlegs have left on 5, Brooklyn 4. They play for the bunt for Roger Craig, who's 0 for 2. So he's facing away from the TV. She's the one facing the television set. And so when she's not paying attention, he's trying to get a look at what's going on. And that's what caught my attention. And Sandy Amorose is going to pinch hit, so that will do it for Roger Craig. Sandy, one of the heroes of the 55 series, 4 for 9 on the season, hitting .250 as a pinch hitter. That home run you see was not a pinch hit homer, and he has driven in 2. So, young couple there. The game hasn't started yet, so it's all the musical fanfares and that. And she is completely clueless as to what's going on. So their weight person comes past. And again, the boy takes the moment to glance to see what's going on. And she has a request for the waiter, who again is probably her age. Pitch to Amorose. That is a ground ball to Temple. McMillan for 1, but Amorose is going to reach on the 4-6 fielder's choice to 1 out. And so she asked the waiter, politely but firmly, can you turn the television down? We're trying to have a date. Jim Gilliam 1 for 3 today. He is singled, 27 batters deep for Lawrence, 110 pitches, 6 in the 3rd inning, 7 hits. The home runs to Hodges and Robinson. He has walked 2 and struck out 5. And the waiter, with a bar full of people, there's a restaurant on one level and a bar on the other, there to watch and get drunk during what would end up being a very boring Super Bowl, somehow doesn't lose it laughing and tells her, it's the Super Bowl. We're not doing that. Pitch to Gilliam. There's a ground ball to Crow. George McMillan for 1, but Gilliam will reach on the 3-6 fielder's choice, 2 out. For Pee-wee Reese, who was 1 for 3, he has singled and struck out twice. That is a ground ball to Temple. A hard shot down there. Throw to Crow. Stretch time 3-3. It'll be Ed, Sears, and Roebuck on the hill for the Dodgers here in the 7th. So Craig's day is done. Ed is 0-2 with a 1.93 ERA on the young year. He's 25 years old, fastball at 89, and a fly ball pitcher. He took both the games he's given up a run. He has taken the loss. The earned run came the last time out on April 28th against the Pirates in Pittsburgh. 1 inning, 18 pitches, a hit, a run it was earned, and a walk. So overall for Ed, 4 2/3, 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. He has walked 1 and struck out 2. And so, what do I do with Lawrence here? He's 0-2 with the strikeout. Pitch count wise, he can go and there's nobody out. So we'll let him go as soon as the mouse gets put on the right spot. Once again, we'll let him go. Got him. So an 0-2 fastball swung on and missed, and that'll bring up Johnny Temple, who's 1-for-3 with a single. That's my best Super Bowl date story. Pitch to Temple. There is a base hit left center field. Gilliam will cut it off, and Johnny, the go-ahead run here in the 7th, is on with a 1-out single. Frank Robinson, 2-for-3, has singled twice and struck out. Got him. So Roebuck gets another one there. A full count fastball in there at the knees, 2 out. For Gus Bell, who's 0-for-3. I wonder how many households watching this probably have a better interest in the Puppy Bowl than the Super Bowl. Here's a fly ball to right. Back goes Ferrillo, and Bell homers deep. Goodness, he put that deep in the seats in right, and the Redlegs go up 5-3. So Bell hits his 6th of the year and is driven in 17. That's the 3rd home run he's hit on a stream this season. Goodness gracious. Brings up Ray Jablonski. Ray 1-for-3. He has singled, scored, and struck out. You guys think the Dodgers are going to win? Pitch to Jablonski, and Pat draws the walk. So Roebuck missed. So again, Roebuck now in line for his 3rd loss of the year. It's only the 13th game of the season for Brooklyn. So every game that Ed has given up a run, whether it was earned or not, and those 2 would be earned, he's in line now for the loss. Here's your best Super Bowl. Oh, Paul's got his Super Bowl date story here. Okay. George Crowe has the hard parts down for the cycle. He has homered and tripled. He's 2-for-3. That was his 2nd homer, and he's driven in 3 on the year, and he draws a walk. It's the 2nd Super Bowl the Bills are in, so 91 against Washington. Instead of watching the Bills and the Redskins, I went to the movies with your then-girlfriend, now wife. We started watching Cuffs, but it was crap, so we ended up in the theater for The Prince of Tides. Oh, goodness gracious. I was the only guy in the theater, and there was a scene in the movie where a character is victimized guy on guy, and I said out loud, "Oh, God." You still had a better day than Thurman Thomas did. Gus loves the YouTube stream. Oh, he does. Sits there by the fireplace, directs Paul on how to play, and perks his ears up every time I mention his name. John Pictou came in late, and this Pictou was already ahead. So Jablonski on 2nd, Crowe on 1st, 2 out for Wally Post, who homered his last time up. Now is 3 on the year and is driven in 5. Struck him out. So Roebuck gets the side, but he around 2 runs on 2 hits and no errors. We go to the 8th here at Crossley Field. Redlegs 5, Dodgers 3. So Lawrence, well, at least will start the inning. He's due to bat 3rd in the 8th, so they can get him through here. They'll do it. Snyder, Campanella, and Hodges. You got to run the gauntlet. The heart of the Brooklyn order here in the 8th. 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors for Cincinnati, and they have left on 7. Brooklyn has 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors, and they have left on 5. Snyder 1 for 2. He has walked, singled, and grunted into a double play. That is in the left. That will drop in front of Frank Robinson, and Snyder's got a 2-hit day. So Campanella, the tying run, he is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Left field and well hit, but not that well. 1 out. Frank Robinson makes the catch. Robinson had to make a sliding catch, tore up a divot. And for Frank, that's his 5th Great Player of the Year. Made that catch down by the bullpens. A catch is a catch, of course, unless, of course, the name of the horse is the famous Gil Hodges. No, that doesn't work. Gil has a solo home run in this one. Has also walked and scored. Snyder on first, 1 out, top of the 8th. Redlegs 5, Dodgers 3. Pitch to Gil. That's into left. Back goes Robinson. That is well hit. And off the wall. Snyder will round third and score. It's a 5-4 ball game. So Hodges, his 2nd double of the year, and he's now driven in 8. For Jackie Robinson, who was 2 for 3, he has doubled and homered. So the Redlegs will go to the pan with the pitcher spot due 3rd. Who can I yank? I guess it'd be Crow. Yeah. So we're going to do a double switch. So Klazuski will come in and be in the 9 hole. He's a 7 at first. Gross on the mound, 1-0 with a 3 ERA, and he will bat in the 5 hole. Gross has only pitched once, I believe, on the stream, and he pitched 3 innings. He's 25 years old. Fastball at 88. And a fly ball pitcher. He got the win against the Cubs. Yep, the walk-off homer by Gus Bell. 3 innings, 43 pitches, 3 hits, the 1 run it was earned, a walk, and a strikeout. Jackie Robinson, 2 for 3, a double, a homer, and 2 RBI. And Gross, man, that matchup didn't work at all, Ron. We'll walk him. So Robinson draws the FBO walk. So Hodges on second, the tying run. Robinson the go-ahead run on first for Carl Furillo, who is 0 for 3 with a K. And Randy Jackson's... No. This isn't American Idol. Furillo stays in the game and draws the walk. So the bases are loaded now. 1 out for Charlie Neal, who was 1 for 3. Charlie has singled and struck out. Hodges on third. Robinson on second, and Furillo on first. Has not worked out that well for the Redlegs right now. Got him! That changes everything. An 0-2 count with the bases loaded, and he got Charlie Neal to chase. So 2 out. No way in purgatory Ed Roebuck's hitting here. But if he did, I'd tell you that he was 6 for 18 in real life with an RBI. Instead, it will be Randy Jackson. Hot, you go, dog. Randy has an RBI as a pinch hitter. Don't know if that 1 for 7 is all pinch. No, actually, no, I know that the hit was not as a pinch hitter. On the real year, 274, 7 triples, 8 homers, and 53 RBI. Hodges on third, Robinson on second, Furillo on first, 2 out in a 5-4 ball game. I hope, Paul, that she appreciated that you gave up a Super Bowl to watch Prince of Tides. Walked home the tying run. So Hodges crosses the plate. Jackson is on first. A 3-1 fastball that almost got lost in the dirt for Junior Gilliam, who was 1 for 4. He has singled. The jury is still out. You've been with her, you said, what, 31 years? I mean, do you watch Cuffs on Netflix or something like that? This has been a good game. I knew these two teams are going to be fighting out to the end. Pitch to Gilliam. There's a ground ball to third. Jablonski, it's hooking. Is that a fair ball? That's a fair ball. Robinson scores. Ferrillo scores. Jackson scores. They were late on the call. Gilliam clears the bases with a double. And Don, his last name is kind of how he's pitching this one. Gross. It was a late call. It went down in the corner, and Frank Robinson had to watch to see what the third base umpire called. And when he waved it fair, Robinson turned on the afterburners. And so now you can bring in pretty much whoever you want. It will be Hal Jeffcoat. Hal, 0-1 with a 10.80 ERA. 32 years old, fastball 83. And a ground ball pitcher. Took the loss on April 29th against the Cubs. 1 inning, 24 pitches, and a 7-4 defeat. 2 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned. Overall, 3 1/3, 5 hits, 7 runs, 4 earned. Hasn't struck out anybody yet and walked 5. To be fair, she liked me enough to go see Rocky V when she might have been the only girl in the theater. A midnight showing for most of the SUNY Albany. Oh, okay. Pharmacy? Married for 31, together for 34. Yep. Sarah and I, 29 on Sunday, and married, goodness gracious, 27 in August. Pee Wee Reese is 1 for 4. He has singled and struck out twice. Nothing is more painful than having to watch the entire season 1 of Ally McBeal. It was my penance for a newlywed back in 1995. Now, when did Dame Edna do that year? My wife loved Ally McBeal. 30-something got you in trouble way too many times. Yep, I was too young for that show when it came out, and no desire to see it when I was in my 30s. Pitch to Pee Wee. Ball 4. The Reds can't get the last out here. Oh, Paul. Here's Duke Snyder. Duke is 2 for 3. He has singled twice, he has scored, and he has walked. Someone died on the show. And Paul King, in his infinite wisdom, turned to his future bride and said, "Don't worry, honey, he's just a character." I can feel those death stares from here. Pitch to Snyder, and that got away from Bailey, and the Redlegs bullpen has kind of just imploded here. So a wild pitch went all the way to the screen, and Gilliam and Reese move up 90. The good news, if you're a Redlegs fan, it's only 3, and you got potentially Big Clue and Robinson coming up in the bottom of the 8th. That's ow. Don't worry, it's just a character. Pitch to Snyder, ground ball to McMillan. Roy got a bad jump on it, and Snyder beat it out. So the run will score. It's now 9-5. Hello, Dolly. This is Ron. Dolly, it's so nice to have you back where we belong. You know, it's almost poetic justice to have somebody in the 8th inning put a 6 spot up on the Reds. Just saying. Roy Campanella is 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Jeffcoat deals, and that's a base hit. My goodness, Reese will score. They're going to try to get Snyder at third. The throw from Robinson is not in time. How many runs have scored with 2 out? Here's Hodges. He's 2 for 3. He has doubled, homered, driven in 2, scored 3 times, and walked. And draws the walk. I'm out of pitchers, dude. So Snyder on third, Campanella on second, Hodges on first. We had a game this week where it had 14 batters in an inning. Jackie Robinson is 2 for 3 today. Has scored twice, has driven in 2, walked, and homered. Jeffcoat deals. That's popped up. Kluszewski in the foul territory, first base side, running towards the seats, and that is a loud, long strike. The count is 1-2. Into center field, back goes Bell, and Gus mercifully ends the inning. Jim Hughes, a household name in his own house, coming in to pitch for the Dodgers. However, 7 runs on 5 hits and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 8th, Brooklyn 10, Cincinnati 5. To show you how bad of an inning that was, Gross and Jeffcoat gave up 5 runs on 3 hits and 5 walks on 49 pitches. They faced 10 batters to get 2 outs. Jim Hughes, bluegill. I'm taking it he liked fishing. 33 years old, fastball at 86, and a standard pitcher. One prior appearance, it was April 23rd against the Phillies in a 7-1 win. 1 inning, 14 pitches, a hit, and a walk. Ed Bailey, Roy McMillan, and Big Clue, Ted Kluszewski here in the 8th. Ed is 0 for 2 with a walk. So does Demo still flinch every time he sees Callista Flockhart? Pitch to Bailey. That's into center field, and that's a base hit. So 10 runs, 12 hits, no errors for Brooklyn. And they have left on 8. Cincinnati, 5 runs, 10 hits, no errors. And they've left on 7. McMillan is 0 for 3. That is the short, and Pee Wee will gobble it up. 1 away. For Big Clue, hitting .355, 3 homers, and 55 RBI. The better question is, does Harrison Ford still flinch seeing Callista Flockhart, or any speck of dust that you might ever run into? Pitch to Clue, into left center, back goes Snyder, 2 out. For Johnny Temple, who's 2 for 4 today. Johnny has singled twice and scored. There's a ground ball to first. Hodges takes it to the bag, and Temple's out on a bang banger. So we are through 8. Reds get a hit, and that's it. No runs, no errors. They've left on 8. We go to the 9th. Brooklyn 10, Cincinnati 5. So Ferrello, Neal, and we'll see to face Jeffcoat maybe here in the 9th. When I was with my wife the first couple of years looking for Christmas presents and all that, we had an early DVD player, and she's a big fan of anime. Pitch to Ferrello, who is 0 for 3. He has walked, scored, and struck out. Pitch to Carl. Ground ball to Big Clue. Kluszewski to the bag. 1 out. And so I'm looking through one of her magazines and seeing what I can order. And I found a movie by the title of Grave of the Fireflies. Award-winning anime movie. I thought she would be so impressed. Charlie Neal is 1 for 4, is singled and struck out twice. So flash forward to some Saturday afternoon. I'm watching Ohio State pound somebody, so my mood was not very good to begin with. Pitch to Neal. There is a ground ball to Jablonski. He'll go to Kluszewski for the out, and Neal is retired 2 away for someone that's not going to hit here. Jim Hughes went 0 for 2. So she asks if she can watch a movie on the computer, and I say yes, and I can hear her sighing in there. So I go in and see what's on the screen, and if you're not familiar with it, it's my wife. I don't know. I'll have to ask her for that. And so we're watching this, what I thought was just, what I know about anime can fill a thimble. So we're watching this, and it's the story of 2, presumably children, at the end of World War II. They're really starving to death and trying to find food. I mean, it is uplifting and positive and everything that you wouldn't see in Triple G at Walnut Grove, Minnesota. It'll be Rube Walker that will pinch hit. And so we watch the end. The fireflies are not fireflies in the movie. It's incendiary bombs. Rube Walker, 0 for 1 on the year as a pinch hitter. 212, 3 homers, and 20 RBI. Pitch to Walker, right back to Jeffcoat, throws it to first, third base side of the rubber, and that'll do. So the Dodgers go in order in the 9th. Clem Labine coming in to close it out. Brooklyn 10, Cincinnati 5. Before we tell you about Clem, so we watched the end of the movie, and we're both depressed. I mean, there's nothing uplifting about that subject matter. And so she turns to me in that sweet little voice of hers and says, "Ron, never buy me another anime movie ever again." And to this date, 20 some odd years later, I haven't. I've gotten her some manga. Was it Ghibli? Ghibli? I'll have to ask her. Labine is 1-1. This is not a save situation. He got the 9-out save on the 29th against the Pirates. In a 5-2 win, 3 innings, 40 pitches, a walk, and a strikeout. 8 2/3, 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned. A home run, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts. A fastball pitcher, 87, and a standard pitcher. Robinson, Bell, Jablonski, and should anybody reach a pinch hitter. Frank is 2 for 4. He has singled twice and struck out twice. 5 to tie, 6 to win. Left center, Snyder, 1 out. For Gus Bell, who homered to give the Redlegs a 5-3 lead in the 7th. 1 for 4. He's now hit 6 home runs and driven in 17. I think we pay for Crunchyroll. Is that the name of the app channel for anime? Struck him out. So 2 out. Bell chased a 1-2. Last chance saloon is Ray Jablonski, who is 1 for 3. Has singled, scored, and walked. That is into right field and will drop in front of Ferrillo. So 2 out single, the 11th hit for the Reds. Who can hit a righty? And it's going to be Bob Thurman. So Thurman, 125. Apparently it's pinch hit all 8 times up. 1 for 8 on the replay. Has struck out 3 times and grounded into a double play. Bob is 39. And again, last chance saloon here for Cincinnati. Pitch to Bob is a line drive to Neal, and the Dodgers win this one by the score of 10-5. So 3 hours and 20 fake minutes. Brooklyn goes to 9-4, 10 runs, 12 hits, no errors, and they leave on 8. The Redlegs, 5 runs, 11 hits, no errors, and they leave on 9. And we'll make Jackie Robinson, who went 2 for 4 with a double and a homer and 2 RBI, our Digital Dice MVP. Roger Craig, 6 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He allowed the 2 homers, Bell and Crow. He walked 1 and struck out 3. Ed Roebuck, a bad inning. He gave up the home run to Post, but got the win, struck out the side and walked 2. And Hughes and Levine closed it out. Brooks Lawrence, 7 in the third for Cincinnati. 9 hits, 5 runs, all earned. The home runs to Hodges and Robinson. He walked 2 and struck out 5. Gross and Jeffcoat pooped the bed. Gross gave up 4 runs. He retired 1 man, 1 hit. He walked 3 and struck out 1. And Jeffcoat finished it out. Gross with a moxie. Yep, he gets the moxie today. Before we say have a good weekend, let's tell you what else happened on this May 2nd. 4 other games on the card. The Yankees doubled up the Tigers despite 4 errors, 8-4. Johnny Cucks 1-1. Frank Larry 0-3, and Maxwell 2 for 3 hits his second home run of the year. Cubs beat the Giants 7-3 at Wrigley. Meyer 1-0. Worthington 2-1. D. Fondy 3 for 5 with a triple. Tom Brewer throws a 2-hit shutout, strikes out 5. Beats Art Ditmore and the Athletics 5-0. And then the unibrow, Wally Moon, 2 hits, a grand slam, drives in 6. Harvey Haddix gets an easy win, 16-1. He goes 3-0. Klein falls to 0-3. Ripper Polsky, 1 for 2, 2 homers, and 2 RBI in his first of the year. Cody, happy that the Cardinals win. So Monday, when we review the Super Bowl, it'll be Milwaukee and the Giants, Lou Burdett and Johnny Antonelli. All right, gang. Thank you so much. Enjoy the football on Sunday and stay warm. We'll talk to you Monday at noon for baseball. So long, everybody.